All right, we appreciate your time. Incoming Border Czar Tom Homan, thank you and Godspeed. This is an important job. Joining us now with more on his plan to ban sanctuary cities, the governor, the great Commonwealth of Virginia, Glenn Youngkin, is with us. Governor, welcome back. Tell me about your plans.
Sean, thank you. First of all, this is just basic common sense. There's no controversy here. If you are not in this country legally and you commit a crime, you get a one-way ticket out of here. And it is so refreshing to hear a border czar do the job that a border czar must do. Thank you, Tom Homan. Today in Virginia, we made it very clear. I presented a clear pathway for us to first make sure that localities, mayors, boards of supervisors, and city councils must comply with ICE. And second of all, if you don't, I'm going to take away your funding. Bottom line is Virginians have been suffering. Every state is a border state, and we've seen the Biden administration unleash chaos. 5 Virginians dying every day from fentanyl overdoses. But even worse, literally criminals who are in jail in our criminal justice system being let loose and then committing horrendous crimes, sexual assaults of young women, murders, and just recently, of course, a Honduran illegal immigrant who had been in 29 encounters with law enforcement, released because Fairfax County did not want to cooperate with ICE, who then subsequently commits a violent rape. This must stop, and I can't tell you how much it pleases me to know that we have a president and a border czar who are going to work with us to put a stop to this chapter that has been a horrific reminder that we are a nation of laws, and if we do not enforce the laws and protect our citizens, we are not doing the primary job we are elected to do.
When your opening statement, you said if there are people in this country that are illegal, that have committed criminal acts, but isn't the act of entering the country without permission and authority, isn't that in and of itself illegal? Doesn't that make everyone that entered this country illegal without proper documentation, permission?
Sean, if we just begin with the reality that in our prisons and jails, there are thousands upon thousands of illegal immigrants who have committed violent crimes. In Virginia, in our state corrections departments, we have nearly 1,000 illegal immigrants who have committed a violent crime. We are fully cooperating with ICE, and we will make sure that those people are deported. And this is the first place to start. Then we recognize, as disclosed by ICE, that there's 650,000 committed felons in America today who we don't know where they are, 13,000 murderers, 15,000 of those guilty of sexual assaults and rape, who are in America today. We've got to find them, and we've got to give them that one-way ticket out of here. There is a big job ahead of us, but as you have seen, governors across this country, particularly Republican governors, are locked armed to work with President Trump, to work with Tom Homan, to make sure that we are keeping those citizens that we are responsible for safe.
All right. So what do you do in the case of, let's say, California? Our old friend Governor Gavin Newsom. It's a sanctuary state. Los Angeles just had a vote. They reiterated that they're a sanctuary city. The same with San Francisco. These are their stated policies. They have pledged not to help in any way. Comments by Governor Newsom indicate that he will want to challenge Donald Trump in court every step of the way on issues he disagrees with. But yet the authority to remove illegal immigrants that are in this country illegally, that would lie with the federal government, not with the state of California. They have jurisdiction in that regard. So what do you do in that case when there's going to be that conflict?
Well, let me first begin with Americans need to stand up and make their voices heard. And what we saw on November 5th was an overwhelming statement that Americans are tired of the liberal left progressive policies of putting criminals first and victims last. And on top of that, putting the rights of illegal immigrants ahead of the rights of citizens. And so step one is Californians need to wake up and understand what exactly Gavin Newsom and the rest of the leadership there is doing. Second of all, I do believe that what Tom Homan is expressing is, in fact, federal jurisdiction over so many of these circumstances. And finally, I do believe that states like California that are not standing up for the safety of their citizens are going to continue to see a mass exodus like they have to states that are standing up for their citizens. There has been a massive migration in this country where Americans recognize that they want to build their lives in states that will stand for liberty and freedom, that will stand for safety, that will create jobs, that will lower taxes and respect them as individuals. And this is so clear to the point where you're even seeing Democrat governors finally recognize that this is common sense and this is the way that the nation needs to go in order to ensure our safety.
Do you agree with me the odds are very high with known terrorists in this country that they are likely plotting, planning, and scheming a terror attack inside the continental United States, and that is likely to happen?
Sean, I'm terribly concerned with the known number of terrorists that have come into this country. Listen, I am the governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia, and we have the largest number of national security assets, from national intelligence to military to the largest naval base in the world. And we are on high alert all the time with regards to the threat that the open border has presented to us. We must be vigilant, and the first step is to make sure that we're sending people one way out of this country when they commit a crime.
All right, Governor, appreciate you being with us. Thank you.